Hello, welcome to SEC Afternoon Football Reaction. I'm Chris Lee, joined by Jay Greeson. We are Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel. My apologies, we meant to get started earlier. I had some technical issues that prevented us from going. Jay Greeson, it has not exactly been a drama-filled morning in the SEC. We had Alabama pretty much showing the world it was going to trample Wisconsin today. That one was 38-14 final. Auburn is up 16 on South Alabama's. We're going. Oklahoma is not in the books yet, but the Sooners up 42-3 on Temple with 2 minutes to play. And Missouri just demolished Louisiana in the first half. It was, I think, 38-10 at the break. It is 45-10 late third as we are doing this. I'll get your reaction, but to me, the storyline of the day was Alabama showed up and looked more like Alabama. Ty Simpson was terrific. Threw for nearly 400 yards. I thought the defensive line showed up. The receivers had some drops. Got some questions about Alabama's running game. Didn't see that as strong as I would have liked to seen it today without Jam Miller, but I thought the Tide looked really good in that win early.
I didn't see where you finished up, but I'm certain they went to the bullpen. But at one point through the last 2 games, Ty Simpson was what? 30 for 31.
Yeah.
I mean, and his one incompletion in that stretch, it wasn't so much about the throw. It was about missing a wide open guy on a 4th down play that would have been another Alabama touchdown. I completely agree with your sentiment. And it's not Alabama's running backs. I am stunned by the lack of push Alabama has gotten against 2 F4 or Power 4 opponents in the run game, because we both all summer talked about Caden Proctor, talked about those 5-star dudes up front, talked about possibly 2 first-round, first-day NFL draft pick offensive linemen. And Ty Simpson bailed them out offensively. Now, the defense looked good. My biggest takeaway, Luke Fickell stinks at this.
Yeah.
I mean, Wisconsin was not their first half touchdown drive was keyed on 2 Alabama penalties and a misdirection, like throwback pass to the tight end. And everything else was beat it. It was like a 6A school against a 2A school.
Yeah, I thought I'm with you. I just thought the line wasn't great for Alabama. I don't know what's going on at Wisconsin. I mean, that felt like a pretty good marriage there between coach and program. It just isn't happening. They're nowhere near what they used to be. But hey, Ryan Williams, first we've seen him in a couple of weeks, came up big today, made 2 huge plays in the open field. Jeremy Bernard had a couple of scores, went on an end around early. I mean, the only thing that I was disappointed with in Alabama would have been the just not blocking in the running game.
Well, and look, Wisconsin's a better team in name than they are. And everybody knows where I went to school. I'm not trying to get into a comp here. I don't know if South Alabama's not better than Wisconsin.
I think it's probably closer than you'd think.
Well, Wisconsin was down 14-10, and this is Southeastern 16. There's way better things to get to. But I'm puzzled because I thought Luke Fickell was going to be a home run higher in the Big Ten for them.
Yeah. Yeah, Alabama today, other than that, looked like the Alabama I thought would look like. But Missouri today, did you see the first half box score of that one, Jay?
I did not, but I just want to go ahead and on Saturday, September 13th at 3:30 Eastern time, go ahead and congratulate Ahmad Hardy on SEC Player of the Week honors. Holy bleep.
He had, what, a $187 at half?
He just, to make it 45-10, he went another touchdown. He's north of 250 with 3 scores.
Yeah. And Jamal Roberts last week went for over 100. I mean, Pabula looked great. Did you see the touchdown pass he threw? I think it was, I don't know if it was to Hardy.
No, it was not to Hardy. But Are you talking about the one where the free blitzer came and he waited and he waited and waited, and the guy got him around the leg, and he lost it into the flat, and that guy then caught it and shook on a mismatch. No.
Yes.
Hey, Missouri is legit, brother.
Yes. Yes. I mean, look, and this is the defense. Louisiana giving up 26 points in 2 games, and not against good teams. So probably wasn't worth anything. But Missouri's just been a buzzsaw. My buddy Gabe Yarman at Power Mizzou tweeted something out. I think Missouri was, man, I don't know, like plus 900 something yards on its opponents this year, like midway through the second quarter. And again, you know, has not played some great defenses. Central Arkansas is in there. Kansas's defense stinks. I think the offense is pretty good, but they are clicking. And again, I just go back to, I thought the defense was going to be the side that carried them earlier. And the defense has been good, but the offense has been spectacular.
And look, a lot of layers, a lot of chapters. I looked at today's slate and looked at it like a terrific tailgate. We had like your favorite chips and dip and your favorite appetizers throughout the day. And I mean by favorite, whoever you're a fan of, that's who you focused on. So because these games, I mean, nobody really expected them to be nail biters. I mean, Auburn excluded, because Auburn could play 11-0 and turn it into a nail biter because they're Auburn. But then you've got that one main bring out the ribs that everybody loves. And then tonight, we've got the full spread of, you told everybody to bring a dessert, and you're looking forward to somebody's chocolate chip cookies, or you're looking forward to somebody's special brownies. I mean, this is a fun day of football.
Yeah. Really fun in Atlanta, by the way. Did you catch that?
I saw it. I didn't see the final.
Yeah, Georgia Tech walked off Clemson on what somebody termed a fire drill field goal. I didn't see it. I guess I looked up and saw it going through. But
the LSU win at Clemson is aging like coleslaw and sunshine.
Yeah. Clemson is in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, the playoff picture, man, it's taken some hits already, like in terms of what everybody thought and what we've seen. And we haven't even gotten to most of the real games,
right?
I think so. Georgia Tech may run the table, man. I'm telling you, that is an easy schedule here on out.
Well, it does end against Georgia.
Yeah. Well, there's that. But, I mean, right. Forgot about that one. But the conference, I mean, yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Well, I feel better about my over the summer 90-1 Haynes King for the Heisman pick.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to win it, but he just I'd feel a heck of a lot better about that than holding any Cade Klubnik tickets.
Yeah. Back to the SEC, Oklahoma. Temple's in the books. Your final, Temple gets slaughtered in its home stadium, 42-3 by Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma seized control this pretty early, was up, 28-3 at half. Another good day for John Mateer. Jay Knott finally got in the ball game the second half. 4 carries for 11 yards. I guess Torrey Blaylock has kind of taken over as their lead back. He goes 14 for 102 scores today. They kind of spread it out offensively to a bunch of receivers. And the defense was really good again for them today, which has been consistent now for a few years.
A couple of things I saw in the early parts of the early window that I actually think was really smart. Brent Venables and Hugh Freeze both in what we've talked about all week about trap games and making certain your guys bring energy in all of the variables that come with that. Hugh Freeze went for it on 4th down on his team's first drive inside his own territory. They got it. They went down and scored a touchdown. Brent Venables, his team comes down the field methodically, efficiently somewhat, they score and they go for 2. Because as a coach, you can only verbalize energy so much, but you can show aggression in your decisions. And going for 2, going for it on 4th down in your own territory, that screams to your team, let's go. I'm being aggressive. I need you to be aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think Oklahoma, and look, 2 of the 3 games were against teams that were overmatched. Again, one of them was on the road. So much for letdown spot, right? I said, hey, all the stuff was there. Give me a game between big games in an empty NFL stadium, on the road, a time zone away, long flight away, everything, early kickoff, like everything that you could draw up for a disappointing performance. None of that happened today. And I think through a couple of games, I think Oklahoma performance-wise has been about as impressive as anybody. Like there's been some teams that have had some good performances, right? But like Alabama today, we're like, okay, Alabama looked great. But the running game, I don't know. Want to see more? I don't know what your beef is with Oklahoma at this point, if you're having to pick one.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know how you have a beef. And I mean, we're talking in this first window of guys who have been first-year starters, and this is going to be a narrative until Halloween. We may have seen the 2 best. Ty Simpson's looked great.
Mm-hmm.
John Mateers looked better than great. And Bo Prula may be the SEC Player of the Year at this pace.
Oh, man, it's been a great year for quarterbacks. I mean, so far.
And none some of the guys – Arch or Gunner or Lagway or Sellers.
Yeah.
Or really even Nussmeier.
Yeah, I give Nuss a pass because of the spots. Like he did what he needed to do against Clemson, and last week was just kind of a meh game. Tonight tells us more, but you're right. I don't, if you're making in terms of performance, you're saying who are the top 5 guys in the league so far this year. Nussmeier's not in there, I don't think.
I don't think
you
so
could argue. You could argue it based on did your team win the football game? Did your team win in a big spot? I get the Clemson game is losing some luster. It still was a big spot where it was.
There's no way Nussmeier's in because we hadn't even mentioned Taylor Green yet.
Or Diego Pavia.
Or
Jackson Arnold.
I just was rattling off first-year starters in this league.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, it's been, hey, I'm looking forward to the point where we get to all the real games coming soon. Again, that probably starts tonight, as you mentioned earlier. But let's see. Auburn is still going, I believe. I'm assuming you've watched a good bit of that one. What have you seen out of the Tigers today?
I have seen a very injury-riddled running back room because other than Jackson Arnold running, it's Jeremiah Cobb and a whole lot of nothing else. I mean, I have seen Eric Singleton look like the guy we thought he was, being one of the top 3 or 4 transfer portal players in this previous cycle. I have seen the realization of if you are not taking multiple deep shots a game to Cam Coleman, a kid who runs in the 4.4s, who is 6'4" and can jump, then you are operating coaching malpractice, Derek Nix, Hugh Freeze, and whoever else is calling plays, because that guy is enormous. The offensive line has looked good, but not great. And you have to factor in the opponent. I thought all week long this was going to be a game that Auburn wins, but doesn't cover the 24-25, wherever it closed at. And that feels the same way. I'm now doing this from my kitchen. So the kitchen and the bathroom may be the only 2 rooms in my house with 2 teenagers that doesn't have a television. So the now 9-time champion, excellent point. Excellent point. I don't understand why. You know how coaches script first 15 or so plays?
Yeah.
On the laminated sheet, like have your sets, have your plays On the backside is your script. And in the top right corner needs to be, okay, I'm going to double metaphors here. You know, in draft day, where Kevin Costner wrote in his pocket that it was the linebacker, regardless, the guy from Ohio State. In the top right corner of Auburn's play sheet is, yes, we have Cam Coleman. Throw him the damn ball.
Hard to argue that. I mean, I'm looking at the box scores. He had 4 targets as we speak. There's 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. As Auburn, I guess, is trying to run out the clock, looking at the box score. Okay, here it's back on. There we go. Yeah, I mean, 13 to 24, $142 passing for Jackson Arnold today. They ran it pretty well, 5.3 a carry. You could take 1 sack out of that. It goes up a little bit. But what do we make? Again, first game, they didn't throw the ball much, but I didn't pass judgment on that because we saw it. They were running it down Baylor's throat, had a lead, game flow dictated it. Last week, we weren't going to learn a lot. And then this week was something in the middle. What do we make of that?
Oh, yes, 9-time champion. Howard dropped I mean, it might as well have been, it was like a laces out moment. Who was the kicker in Ace Ventura? Pet
Ray
Detective?
Finkel.
Yeah, that's Preston Howard's Ray Finkel moment. Laces out, Jackson Arnold. Laces out. I mean, it was bad. Look, bigger picture, better question. How many games through 2 weeks and the noontime window can we make anything out of? I mean, I think Auburn going to Baylor and winning is going to age well. I think Oklahoma pushing Michigan around will age well. I think Florida losing at home to South Florida will not age well. Obviously, LSU over Clemson, which is now 1-2 and doesn't have a real argument to be ranked, will not age well. I mean, look, all you can do is trust your eyes and believe in your heart that your team is at the best version of itself in the moments that matter, because the cannibalization of this league is about to be ferocious.
Yeah. I mean, the early kickoff games so far, I guess your best 2 games have been Wisconsin and Alabama and Southern Miss and Mississippi State, which isn't a lot to pick from.
I was fairly impressed in what Major Applewhite and South Alabama did. I mean, I thought they represented themselves pretty well, and the quarterback looked good.
Well, we said that's kind of a tough spot for Auburn, right? It's before a big game next week. It's a team with a bunch of players who'd probably kill to play at Auburn. That's a little bit of a dangerous game to schedule. I don't think it was as dangerous as what happened to like Florida last week, but we did say, hey, this one may not be a walkover for that reason.
Well, I was surprised to hear this on the broadcast. That's the first time. You talk about dangerous and coaches protecting their own. It is the first time South Alabama has ever played in Auburn or in Tuscaloosa.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
How long has South Alabama been FCS or FBS?
It's been a minute because they made the transition under Joey Jones, the former Alabama wide receiver, I think a couple of decades ago.
Yeah. I mean, and they've been good. Like Kane Womack had some good teams down there before he left to go to Alabama to be the DC. So, yeah, I think we've hit on everybody. Let's get takeaways from the day. Before we do that, just quick reminder, help out those who help the channel. That includes our friends at GameTime Sidekicks. Here's my 40-ounce water mug that I love. It is officially licensed stainless steel drinkware. all SEC schools, over 350 other universities, everything from stainless steel sippy cups, tumblers, 40-ounce bottles, and shaker cups. SE16 gets you 20% off your entire order at GameTime, SIDEKICKS.com, ROKFORM.com, ROKFORM, makes the world's strongest magnetic phone case, extreme protection, super strong magnets, and rock lock secure mounting. September is the busiest month of the year with the new iPhone release. SEC 25 gets you 25% off your entire order. Love, by the way, the attachable dash magnet that you can just attach to your dash. You stick your phone on. That has been a wonderful thing that I got from ROKFORM. You'll love your stuff too. HOVI Dry Goods, your new favorite hat. Look no further than the HOVI hats for high quality headgear or headwear with a great fit and unique designs. This is not going on. There we go. There's HOVI. Great fit, unique designs. Bama, 15% off for your discount on everything. Actually, it's Rebs this week. RABS. Sorry, I've got an old sheet in front of me. That gets you 15% off your order at HOVI Dry Goods. You see it, HOVI, drygoods.com. That's the Bad Beat Team of the Week because last week Ole Miss was going to cover, caught a Kentucky field goal late, and that was that. So anyway, Rebs, REBS, gets you a 15% discount off your entire order at HOVIDryGoods.com. All right, Jay Greeson, takeaways from the early slate of games. What meant something to you here?
Ty Simpson can be him. Takeaway 2, teams that truly like their quarterback, Arkansas, Missouri, come to mind. They play with more energy and effectiveness when offensive linemen don't protect the quarterback, but they run back there and pick him up. Those are like the intangibles that, forget box scores and routing FCS or group of 6 teams that, especially offensive line, that care about their quarterback matter. And as we go into the afternoon and evening slate, my FanDuel offering of be very aware here is ESPN is reporting that Austin Simmons is a game time decision. So judge that accordingly if you're interested in betting on Ole Miss and Arkansas. And I know earlier in the week I gave over 61 as one of my picks, but be very cautious. If Austin Simmons doesn't play, the complexion of that game changes greatly.
Yeah, that is a conversation in and of itself. The whole not even being listed on the injury report. I mean, that just felt wrong. But we're going to see. We'll see what the SEC does. By the way, Tennessee has just run like through Georgia like a hot knife through butter on the first drive and taken a 7-0 lead on the Joey Aguilar 4-yard touchdown. So there's that. We'll get to that one later. Some Missouri fans getting late. Man, we're sorry. I had an internet issue here. It was a little late in getting started. It couldn't be helped, but I do apologize to you guys. That is not our intention. We set a stream. We try to be here, but we just couldn't in this case. But, yeah, Missouri, let's see. That one is not final yet. Missouri leads 45-10. Missouri's kind of taken the foot off the gas pedal. Hardy hasn't had a carry in a bit. Bo Pabula is out, I guess. Matt Zollers is in now. I thought Missouri, again, just looked dominant. I think this offense has been so good through 3 games, just playmakers all over the place. I think they are super interesting. And what is just shaping up, I think, to be a super interesting year across the board in the league.
Well, I do too. And, man, oh, man. The possibilities to get to Atlanta are nuts.
Yes, they are. I think this playoff year, we may look up and we may get to the playoff selection, like it may be completely unrecognizable compared to what we thought it would look like.
Some bona fide blue bloods, both all time and especially in the last quarter century, are fighting for 9, 10, 11 to get in this thing. Because Utah is going to be a tough out. Georgia Tech now has to be considered among the front runners in the ACC. I mean, SC Scout guy, to your question, does Vandy kick to Swain tonight?
They shouldn't.
Not if Clark Lee went to Vandy, right? Don't smart people go to Vandy? So the answer is not only no, but hell no. I'd rather take a 25-yard angled punt that goes out of bounds than kick it to that dude who's got 3 punt return touchdowns in 3 games, including one that looked like a capture the flag moment where he just ran in the middle of the group, picked it up, and outran everybody.
That's a great way to put it. That is what it looked like. That's one of those, oh, no, don't do that. Oh, wait a minute. Good thing you did plays. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess that's a wrap on everybody at Missouri. Again, Missouri fans, we're sorry. It was not our intention to stand you guys up for a few minutes, but just if you're joining in now, had a tech issue that kept us from going live. So here we are. Hope you kept us on the rebound. Missouri was just dominant today. Again, Oklahoma looked good, and Auburn took care of business. Offensive output was a little less than you would have liked, 5.3 per play. But they got the W, and we've seen that offense look good already at times this year.
Hey, Chris, I'll make a pledge in the app. We're going to do one after Tennessee, Georgia, right?
Yes.
I'll share a couple recipes from what I did from our home tailgate today.
Nice. Well, can't wait to hear those. Can't wait to be back with you guys a couple more times this afternoon and tonight, or I guess tonight, technically. So be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done that, and enable your notifications so when we go live, and yeah, hopefully what happened to me today will not happen again. That's a rarity around here, but it happened. We apologize again. Anyway, all right, we are done for now. We're going to go watch Tennessee and Georgia and the rest of the afternoon games. For Jay Greeson, I'm Chris Lee. God bless you. Have a great rest of your afternoon and evening. We are Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel.